Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hearts of Iron 4 as the United States. Last episode, planes are being built. Tanks are being built. Eventually. Mm. Thank you, Siri. I did not ask for you, but thank you anyway. That was of course Siri. Factories are being constructed, which means we are going to start building tanks and motorized infantry and tactical bombers, and eventually this, because apparently we can upgrade our planes. I did not know that and did not remember that you could do that, actually. So we're going to need some planes. Let's put it... Oh, we can't sort it by how much we have? That's okay, sure. Why not, game? So yeah, we're going to need a lot of resources. Resources we don't currently have, of course. None of this really matters. Research, the improved machine tools will be a great boost to the economy. And by that I mean the war economy. Reinforming the Monroe Doctrine basically doesn't do anything other than, I think, gets people to like us a bit. That's it. We're going to go South America after that because there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that will like us more for doing that and will want to become democratic. And if we can get any coups or anything there, that would be great. We are, of course, not great on manpower, but we're not too worried. We are building boats. That's a thing. If we come here, we can see we're not building dockyards, but we do have boats that we're basically saying, yeah, build eventually. Probably do want to get that down a little bit lower. We're auto-deploying. We should probably just deploy in one station, but it doesn't really matter. We're building... Why are we building 2 heavy cruisers? Let's stop that. And we'll make you build heavy cruisers more. We should be building submarines more too, but yeah, it's fine. We're building a lot of destroyers because, well, we kind of need them. Let's aim for 1 a year at least. Oh wow, these things take forever to build. So let's put you at the bottom. Of course, I say that, and then when Lexington's take just as long. We don't really need battleships, I think. We'll leave them. Sure. 2.5 years. You'll be done in about every 10 months. Okay. We'll let you do what you're going to do. You go wherever you think you're needed. I really don't care. 20 days, we'll have better machining tools, which will be really good for the military side of stuff. We're also going to need synth oil factories, which will be really good for basically everyone, because then I can stop worrying about our convoys a bit. We're going to need construction, so we'll probably go machining straight into construction 2, and then see where we go from there. We're going to have planes by then. Well, not by then, but we're going to have planes shortly after that. We need to start filling out our doctrines, but I'm not worried about that. Not worried about artillery, not really worried about armies or tanks, and we're not really worried about infantry, although we do need support weapons. So we're going to need those. Again, not too worried, but we're going to need the support, and we don't need mechanized until 41. So at that point, maybe we worry about that, but we want to get fund the Marines before we build the Marines, because they come out cheaper. So for the most part, our logistics is just saying we're building a crap ton of stuff. And it's true. That's basically what we're doing, just building a crap ton of stuff. We're going to need to build more stuff, of course, and I am going to be very happy when we actually do get to that part. We are building transport planes because why the heck not? I do think we put that at the bottom of the queue, though. It won't let me decrease the priority. Sure, whatever. Let's see. We need more infantry weapons so we can start building up the infantry. Same thing with support. But we want to get these 3 built first. And we're actually building motorized. Can we drop transport planes? 16, 17, 18. Oh, that's the issue, because I still have... Okay, that makes sense. I still have the dockyards in order. Machining tools, great. Let's get construction, like I said. That'll be done next year. Or actually this year. Which means our factories will take less time to build. Also, so will our synth oil stuff. So that'll be great. And yeah, we got a little bit more production coming through. Extra 10% will be really good because that means we get to clear up how long it takes for us to build this junk. Again, I keep calling it junk. I mean, I see it as junk. I know it's officially not, and it's actually very useful. But the fact that I have to queue up all this gets me a little bit annoyed, honestly. Of course, I couldn't always not, but on the same hand, why would I do that then? Makes no sense. We're going to get concentrated industry. 30 days, that'd be great. Synthetic oil about a month after that. And the Warhawk about 3 or 4 days after that. And then construction, we just queued it. So we are short on rubber again. So let's add another civilian factory, I guess, to the... so we'll send them another factory to the UK. We'll have to build synthetic oil factories soon enough. We don't need that many, but we will need them. That's a guarantee. Okay, y'all are all garrisoned up. Y'all are all done. So let's reassign you here. And let's stop your exercising. And we reaffirm the Monroe Doctrine. I think we go for the South American one immediately after that. Hindenburg disaster, Hindenburg blew up. In my test run, Hindenburg did not blow up. They managed to find the fuselage leak and stop it from exploding. They do state, I think, in there like, oh, it would have been a bad thing if it did. Yeah, it really would have. I think we're going to have about 2 factories left when we're all said and done. I'll need to build another one for it to have 2, but... we'll build one more. We'll build it in Texas. Because, again, why not? How are we doing? Well, we are, you know, stockpiling. We almost have enough artillery to be completely stockpiled. We'll have that in 4 days. We do have enough. Well, we have motorized. We knew that. You were getting close to being done. We have a good amount of planes, except for transports. But, you know, no one really cares about that. Yeah, we have about 62 carriers, planes, 60 close air supports. And we have a lot. We had no bombers, but I think we just started building that. That's why. Let's see. Yeah, we just started building tactical bombers. 10 per year. That's pretty good to start off with. It's only going to go up from there. 4.4 per week is really good mechanized, and it's going up still. So yeah, we're going to be popping out stuff pretty fast. Not extremely, but pretty fast. Yeah, and interwar fighters would also be very good. We're going to get that started in June 2nd, so. The factory output plus 20. I guess that means just the base goes up, but I guess we can check that here. Right now, we have 5 factories making it at 40.89, 42.89. Oh, it's still increasing. I guess we can see here. Yeah, concentrated should be a plus 40 at that point. Which means we should see a jump in everything being built. Does that help dockyards? I guess we can see too, right? No, I don't want you to build anything else. We're good here, dude. Thank you, though. Yeah, the industry going up is really good for us. Let's see. How much longer do we have? We have 3 days. Okay, so let's double check this real quick. Production. Let's take away all you. So now we're only building this. And let's see capital ships compared. So 9.6 months. I mean, it should. 9.26 for another heavy cruiser. Waiting for this. There we go. So 9.2. Wait, I had to send that away first. Yeah, I did. 8.3, that's pretty good. 40.3 is pretty good as well. Okay. So what are we doing here? Well, still only 37. So we don't want to get any more of this. Do we want reinforcement rate? Machining computing would be really good, but it's still way ahead of time. Planes, I can't really do much with. Could start getting boats and upgrading the boats, sure. Let's get the better destroyers. I don't think there was anything to improve, but either way, we're going to need the better destroyers soon. Because there are boat techs in 38? No, 40. Okay. The sooner we start building Sims classes, we can start working other stuff. We might leave those old ships in there for a long time, maybe forever. I'm not too worried about what happens to the old ships if they get sunk. It's kind of sad, but they do get sunk. Knowing about the new ships, though, means that we can start replacing our old ships with new ships, for the most part. Sure, let's go up to 2. Are we building everything? Yes, we are. Well, actually, I say that. We need one more here. So let's actually say don't build anything yet. We almost have enough military equipment. We will have enough next year to start building infantry, although we won't have enough support equipment yet. We want to replace the fighters. We have enough tactical bombers. That's surprising. I thought for sure we'd be short, but I guess not. We're going to need more factories, but we're going to need more civilian factories as well, but we also need more synthetic. We need a lot of stuff. And maybe playing as Russia to start off with would have been just as good, just as well. Could have done a lot with Russia, actually. Because you don't need to worry too much about resources, but you could get them. Yeah, we're building a lot of resources. 3.7, 2.8. We're building about a plane a week here. Almost 2 planes. A plane a week, plane a week, plane a week. 2 planes. 2 tanks a week. And we're not even maxed yet. That's the funny part. We're about halfway maxed. Well, a little bit over. Yeah, everything's coming for upgrades for the tactical bombers. We need 203 more to upgrade. We're almost at 1 a day here. Almost 2 a day if we put another factory. I'd say we're doing pretty good. You know, we're not doing great. We are building a lot of different stuff, but I think we're doing well enough that we can, you know, live kind of happy here. And I know we don't need transport planes, and actually we should probably stop building them. Unless we're going to paratroop guys in. We don't really need them. Let's stop for now. We'll start building the interwar fighters, even though we're about to basically go away from them in 16 days. We'll start. We're going to retain some of the switchovers, so it's fine. Synthetic oil, I am really looking forward to. These new ones I'm looking forward to. This is really good, actually, the construction. Do I have another construction? In 39. But it's not even construction, it's repair speed. So not that great. We might leave this till later and then go for the next one right underneath it after that. Just because I don't see myself needing too much of that. And we can start working on, you know, computing machines instead, or decryption, or reinforcer rate, or something. For the most part, we are going to be just letting the game run, letting other people start making decisions for us for the most part. How goes our focus, by the way? Almost done. Ooh, she made it. Circumnavigated the globe. And this morning, Lockhart Electra touched down in Oakland, California. Very good. Of course, in real life, she didn't make it, but she made it in this one, and that's what matters right now. Okay, synthetic oil. Very good to get. You can start building factories, building synthetic oil and rubber. That'll be really, really nice. Okay, let's go to the details. Thank you. We could build number 2. Honestly, I'm debating it. I want to see how that works. We need to pick a doctrine. We need radar too. Also need ships. We don't really need planes, funny enough. We need an aerial doctrine, of course, like I said. Let's just go for... Okay, hang on. Stop. Let's go for support weapons because we're behind here. And next year we're going to be behind too, so I don't want to be behind too. Oh, we do need to research that. Okay, yeah. Start researching that. In here, let's switch you to the... Why are you showing? Oh, because the carrier fighter. Okay, so just go regular Warhawk instead of just Hawk. 14 days of production. Yeah, whatever. I'd rather have the better stuff, so we'll worry about that later. It'll go back and increase, so we should be fine. Building about 1 a month, not great. We'll get those going eventually. We have more factories? No. Building 2 tanks per week. We can make that 5 in a week, and then 1 a day. I think we should do... How many more factories we got building? 4. Okay, so let's do 2 and 2 here. That'll help, at least. Hey, good. National focus is done. Let's move over to fund the Navy. Okay. 100 days for infantry equipment. 17 days for support equipment. We are, of course, building and repairing and replacing. We can modify the government. Let's do so. That guy's really good. Should have gotten him way earlier, actually. That makes these speed up. Let's build some synthetic oils. I think Texas wants to build one. I think Oklahoma does. I think Montana does. North Dakota. South Carolina. Michigan. That gives us 6, which would give us 12 rubber. How much rubber do we need for trading right now? It imports 16, but I actually don't need that many. Sure, let's do this. A couple days we can build some Grummins, which are Warhawks, basically. That'll be good. Construction going up. Maybe we should have waited to build the factories, but to be fair, you know, they're going to get built anyway. And it's not even factories, it's everything else. Should we build more factories? I mean, we need more civilian factories soon enough. Because the stuff we're building is starting to slow down quite substantially. They cost so much. You know, we'll hold on. We'll hold on. It might be worth doing anyway, but right now we don't want to do it. Okay, so why did I do South America first? Well, Venezuela is a fascist country. So getting democratic up just for free is fun. You are mostly democratic. You are all democratic, so it doesn't really matter. Brazil's actually mostly just unaligned, but we could make it democratic, and that's the funny part. So I'm doing this to see what happens down here. You're all democratic. You're almost... you're fascist, but you're almost democratic. And you do have an election in 2 years. So you could become democratic over time. Bolivia is unaligned. Paraguay is communist. Uruguay is democratic. Argentina is mostly unaligned. So we're not too worried about some of these guys. Mexico is one that's unaligned. Central America itself, Guatemala, British Mexico, doesn't matter. Honduras is democratic. You're fascist. I would like to see something else there. Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. Then, of course, Cuba is democratic. Haiti is democratic. Dominican Republic is, funny enough, fascist. Let's see. Who else is around here? This is the United Kingdoms. Okay, so that's about it. And, of course, Canada. But Canada's democratic. Also part of the Allies. So, not really worried. Okay, construction is going to be done soon enough. Fund the Navy. You know, I'm only doing this because I have to go through it to get to this. And I want to do Marines pretty soon. We're really going to need them. So, getting Marines would be nice. I still don't know if carriers is better than battleships. Naval bombers. Or space strike doctrine. I guess we go carriers, because we're going to need more carriers anyway. That means we're going to have a lot of planes needing to be built, which is a good thing we're building them then. We're basically just waiting at this point. There's some events that could occur that would be very interesting to see. We need to fill up this a little bit more. 70 a day, 5.4 a day, or 5.81 a day would be good. We're building one in Nebraska now, and then we're building one in Texas, and we're going to switch the one over to synthetic oil. So we can get out of this rubber situation. I would like to get out of the chromium situation as well, but we're not doing too well there. We don't have enough goods yet, but we're getting there. Can I build, like, motorized? No, back. Edit. How much motorized equipment do I need? You don't say. Well, let's train it. We're only going to build one. We're going to set you to... Let's do Kansas. And I'll let you just sit there for now. Let's also train up some garrisons, also in Kansas. Let's only make 3 sets of 5, so 15 garrisons, mostly for the Pacific Islands. Let's also train up in Kansas. Kansas is going to be our main training area. 4 sets of tanks. And let's train... 8 infantry? Yeah. And again in Kansas. Eventually we're going to need to move people over accordingly, but for now we're good. We're going to need to really gas up some stuff here, but we're going to be building for quite a bit of time. And starting to gear up the military is not a bad idea. Gotta stand up and move around a bit. However, we are slowing down in our constructions because we are losing how many civilian factories can actually build. And that's getting really annoying that it's slowing down so much. We're speeding up everything else, but that's taking forever to build. So getting the rest of these civilian factories ready would be good. We might just need to build more. That could do it. Another thing would be actually trading our economy for a better one. I can't do that though because you cannot switch from a undisturbed isolation. You cannot replace it. So you just have to wait for your people to decide through your politics that it is time to move on to a wartime economy, move on to a civilian economy, a... what's the other one? Isolation economy. So over time, yeah, it'll be easier to build stuff, but it'll also mean we consume less, so we're able to build more. Funny enough. We're not too worried yet. I want to do this one next so I can start building Marines. And at that point, then we really get to see some stuff. Because we're going to train up a lot of Marines. Construction is almost done. For sure getting done this episode. This one might. And I think it should. This will really help though. That'll speed up all the synthetic oils. Okay, so you're done. Do we want more synthetic oil factories? That's something I didn't think about. Or is there anything else we want? That would be good. Let's build the other synthetic oil. Let's try this and see if it does stack. If it does, then we'll just build more. If not, I'm not gonna worry. France and Britain are allies. Okay, fund the Navy has occurred. Japan just declared war. Can I do war propaganda? Yes, I can. Alright, let's get that started. Japan declaring war is surprisingly great news for us, because they're causing world tension, which allows us to change stuff around. We're not too worried about any of this stuff yet. We're actually breaking even on equipment right now here. So that's interesting. We do need more motorized. We need more tanks. We need a lot more tanks, honestly. We need more infantry, but we're getting stuff done, and that's the important part. We're going to need to spend time building, but to be honest, we're doing pretty good for ourselves. Let's not build any more U. Let's instead say we're going to build tanks, because we're going to need Stuarts pretty heavily. We're going to need a lot more stuff, don't get me wrong, but for now, we're doing decent enough. Lexington battle cruisers are going to take forever. Same thing with the battleships. That's good news. Let's see what else we can build. So that's the last of the planes until much later. I guess let's decide how we're going to do this. So, do we want to bombard the heck out of our enemies? Do we want the tactical bombers to be able to do some good stuff? Ground support, interception missions, detection, air support, tactical bombing. Agility would be great. Naval missions, not too important. Strategic bombing visibility means we'd lose less bombers. This is pretty good. It allows us to do a lot of different stuff. Let's do that one. Operational integrity. Start working on that. 40 days. I mean, it takes no time. We're going to get almost 3 researches done in a row. So what are we looking at? Not much, honestly. We're still just building. And although we are building troops and going to start training them very soon, we aren't really worried about much. We just need to sit back and relax for the most part. You know, build up. I don't really care about the boats. Build up everything else. And how are our Navy, by the way? East Coast, you're saying... I don't like that it does that. You. I can't tell you to just join a fleet, right? No. So let's do this, because apparently the ships are being stupid. I'm going to end the episode in just a few seconds, basically. But I need to tell the ships that they need to join a fleet. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm going to have you join all destroyers. Really? Is that what I named them at the end of the day? Yep. Alright. Your fleet name will be the Pacific Fleet. Let's keep it easy. Pacific Fleet. And yeah, your base is in California. You are going to be the Atlantic Fleet. Okay. And then we're going to assign the destroyers to... Let's assign them to the Atlantic Fleet. They're going to be needed, basically. So let's pull you and you over here. No, I don't care about that. Come together. Select all. Combine. No. Well, stop your mission then. There. Of course. Come together. Yeah. And that'll be fine, you know? We're just going to need to tell them, hey, go to a different fleet, basically. I'm going to get these guys together first. These destroyers are basically going to be used to keep any, and submarines, going to be used to keep the Germans off our butts over here. So, I do want you to patrol here, here, and here. You're basically just going to keep an eye out here. Okay. Your fleet is the Pacific. How are we doing here? So you have a couple carriers. Yeah, let's send everything over to the Pacific. If we need to, we can split up the fleet again. So everything go to the Pacific fleet. As you build, go straight over there. And I'm not worried about you. That's going to take 8 years. Let's put it that way. Submarines. Submarines could be very useful. So let's do this. 11 in a year. Let's go 1 per month here. I guess maybe there is a... Yeah, I guess there is a loss scene. You... Let's put you there. We have one more. It's over here now. Sure. You know what? That's fine. And we're going to get new ships. We're going to need to upgrade the destroyers, funny enough, so that's fine. That's going to be it for this episode, though. Thank you very much for watching. We will be back shortly. I will be continuing the construction of people. And by construction, I mean recruiting, of course. We are all good on some buildings. We need more. We always need more buildings. We could always use more resources. Recruitment, we are going to show that we could always use more resources, basically. Motorized will be fine. Let's actually only build one of you for now. We're going to build some armor. We're going to move guys around pretty heavily. And the Pacific Fleet is basically going to see a major increase. Because all this is going to the Pacific. And I could tell them to go to the Pacific, but I want them to train. So we're going to train them first in Kansas. And then we'll move them accordingly. But yeah, we're going to see what we can do here. We need to build some synthetic oil so we can quit trading in rubber. And we should be good. We could actually probably cut back one rubber factory as it is. But we're all good. Thank you very much for watching. I will be seeing you next time. Goodbye.